Welcome to the Watering Hole. We're sitting down today with Mr. Ellis Bullard. How you doing?
I'm good, brother. I'm good.
I think we're going to have to put on a special lens on our camera so we can see with the camo on.
Yeah, definitely.
So you guys are out at Grady's 66 Pub in Yukon tonight. And thank you, Grady's, for letting us come over here and film. So what's it like? You said this is your first time in Yukon, right?
Yeah.
Is this your first time coming up to Oklahoma?
Nah, man. We've been going up over the past couple of years. Our mainstays around here have pretty much just been the Mercury Lounge.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever we're routed on a tour, we'll make sure that's a stop on our way out.
Yeah.
And, we recently just did Kane's Ballroom with Ray Wadley Hubbard. So that was
cool.
We were trying to get out to that show.
sloppy cool. It was fun.
Yeah.
Did you have much interaction with Ray or know him?
Yeah,
from the past
man. Ray and his boy are awesome, man. And like I always say this, like Ray's just the coolest guy ever. Yeah, like I just finished my set there, and I left my phone in my jacket in the green room, so I went in there to go get it. And Ray was in there, and I was like, "Hey, Mr. Ray, like, I appreciate the opportunity. It's a great crowd out there, and the room sounds great." And he goes, "Yeah, man, it's gonna be sloppy cool."
We just watched Dwight Yoakam last week.
Yeah.
And Ray actually opened up for him, so we got to see him and Ben Haggard.
Right, yeah, man, the mighty Ben Haggard. I think Ben and Jesse Daniels did a song together.
Yeah.
Pretty recent.
Yeah.
Good tune.
Yeah.
I love that sound, and you got a very similar sound to all that's going on. That kind of I don't know what you call it, but I would call it like a really heavy honky-tonk sound.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's it's a fun time. It's fun music.
What would you classify your sound as? What do you tell people when they ask you what you play?
Well, I mean, it's country music, but I think it's a little bit of everything from like, the late 60s through the 70s and 80s, and kind of stops right there and like around the 90s. Mm-hmm. Early 90s. So we touch on a little bit of everything, but I think it's just most of what we all grew up on. My parents were big Jerry Reed and John Prine and Alan just everything. Merle Whalen. Just the standards,
Right.
And so I try and take a little bit from all of it, the stuff that I like that really sticks to me. And I think that's kind of the best way I could describe it.
So how old were you when you started getting into music?
I mean, like I had two older brothers. They played too. I grew up in like a musical family, and so like I was never formally taught. I taught myself how to play, and I would just watch my dad play and watch my brothers play, and it was kind of like monkey see, monkey do. I'd see him like play a bar chord, so I was like, okay, cool. So I just move up and down the neck, and just kind of went from there. And by like in high school, I was kind of started writing songs and didn't really tell nobody about it, and just wrote songs just to write them. And around college was whenever I kind of took the step out of the living room, I guess, and I went out and watched one of my buddies' bands. I think it was Brian Boyce at the time or something. They were playing over at Taxis in San Marcos, and on a break, they got me up there to play a few songs, so I played a few of mine that I'd written, and I went on stage for more than, 10, 15 minutes, somewhere, maybe shy of 15. And whenever I got off, this older lady came up to me and she gave me $100 bill, and I was like, "What?" And she was like, "When can I come to one of your shows?" Like the light went on. I was like, "Yo, like I spent $100 in like 10 minutes, and I wasn't dealing drugs." So I was like, yeah, this is, that was kind of whenever I was like, man, that was great. Like I really enjoyed, just getting out and putting a song out there and being vulnerable and having it well received. So that was kind of whenever I got hooked.
Yeah, you should have been like, well, it depends on how many more of those $100 bills you've got when we can make a show happen here.
Can I have your number?
So when you sit down to write a song, do you have to get in a certain headspace? Does the songs just like come to you? Do you sit down to specifically write songs like for a certain amount of time?
I think it's good to like try and like stay in practice of writing songs and stuff like that. I don't try and hold myself to like a certain creative process to where I might like limit myself. So like the music with me, like I always tell folks that I have like a band that's playing in my head all the time, and what I'm trying to do is just trying to like get it from here to here, and then get that to my band, and then have everybody kind of put their filet in the gumbo, and then we come up with some cool shit. So whether it's like a riff or a melody I'm hearing, or if it's just like a cool line or something that pops up in my head, and if it keeps on coming back to me and like I keep on just saying it, or like it's there, I think that's kind of the universe talking to you, and then you kind of start giving it more attention. And I do like a lot of my songwriting, to be honest, like while I'm driving to go do something, and I feel like a psychopath because I won't have any music on or nothing, and I'll just be like singing to myself in my head and like writing, and then whenever I get to the house, I either have like a voice memo from what I was doing, and I'll sit down and kind of try and get it onto the paper and get everything kind of headed in that direction. And then once I feel like I've got it ready, I take it to the band and present it to them, and it all kind of goes from there.
Is there somebody out there right now that you're listening to that you think people need to check out? Somebody that's kind of flying under the mainstream radar? That's a tough question. I got to put you on the spot there.
I mean, Corey Cross is doing some cool shit. He's out of Fort Worth. Y'all should check him out. And, I don't know if y'all heard of Sam Morrow.
No, I haven't.
I have not.
He's incredible, man. Y'all need to check him out. Sam Morrow. He's got a few records out. Rosarita, I think, was his last one. And, it's incredible.
Yeah, I'll have to check those out.
Yeah.
Is there one artist in particular that made an influence on you that made you want to get into music, or was it kind of that culmination of all those artists that your parents listened to? And
well, my parents were musicians as well. My mom worked in the studios in the Shoal scene in Muscle Shoals, and sang in a bunch of bands out there. And my dad was in this like dance hall group down where I lived called the Western Express. So like whenever I was a little bitty, I'd go watch him play. And man, I think that's kind of where I was like, dude, that's really cool. And then around like college, whenever that had happened, it was just like, man, this is something that I really want to try. I wasn't the best athlete. My two older brothers were studs and like looked like models, and I was just like the black sheep. And so man, like me writing a song and getting on a stage and it being well received, or we just had a write up in Rolling Stone, which was dope. So those are like my home runs, or those are like my touchdown end zone moments.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's kind of you start chasing that. And I think that's kind of what made me want to do it.
Yeah. Did Josh Crutchmer do that story by chance?
Yeah, brother Josh, man.
Yeah, Josh is awesome. He's always doing something for finding these different artists, and I love how he's like kind of all over the scene trying to pull stuff together.
Yeah, totally, man. It was way unexpected, and like we just kind of like naturally bumped into each other. We were hanging out at Mile Zero, and he popped up on a few of our sets, and like towards the end of it, he asked me if I'd be down to do an interview, and I was like, wow, like hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's you try not to find affirmation in a lot of that stuff, because sometimes you can burn yourself out looking for validation in reviews or numbers on a chart somewhere or something like that. But it's good. It's good for the soul, man. It'll keep you in there.
Yeah.
So whenever we schedule the podcast, we always try to do like a deep dive on like the artist and like what other places they've been, some interviews. I noticed you were on the William Montgomery show with William Montgomery.
Yeah,
and
man.
Casey
Will and
Rock.
Casey, I love
Yeah.
those guys.
I was gonna say, what is it like being on like their show? Because they both have. Obviously, I see one Kill Tony all the time. So yeah,
Yeah.
like you got the Riff Master and then the Vanilla Gorilla on there.
Yeah.
What,
Memphis Strangler.
the Memphis Strangler.
Yeah.
What are those guys like? What's it like to be on a podcast with those guys?
Man, dude, they're just so much fun just to sit down and talk to, and like the way that their brains work, it's just, I don't know, it's so much fun. Yeah, we just sat down and have a conversation, and each one of them's like, you know, you see them go get on stage, and like they're almost like the exact same whenever you're having a conversation. And they're really funny guys, even when they're not really even trying to be. They're just like, you know, and they're both very genuine and sweet dudes. So
Yeah.
I couldn't say enough good things about them.
How did you get involved with all of that stuff going on down there?
Man, it was just random. It was right before like New Year's. Like I think everything was kind of opening back up from the pandemic and stuff, and it was a few weeks before New Year's, and we were playing a show at the Rustic Tap in Austin, and my buddy Bobby Flacco from Nether Hour, he was like just naturally kind of met Tony when he moved down, and they became friends.
Yeah.
And Bobby brought him out to our show, and he saw us play, and he's like, Tony came up to us and was like, yo, y'all are incredible. Like, you need to come fucking do this New Year's Eve show with us. And so we went, and we, you know, all the comedians went on, and then us and Nether Hour played the New Year's after party. And we did that 2 years in a row. And just through there, you know, you get to meet all those guys, and you're rubbing elbows with a lot of people over there. And they're just funny guys, man. Like, it's been a good time and a blessing. Those are nice people, and it's been really cool and a privilege to get to watch them do their thing.
Did Casey give you a picture of Grimace during the fall of Berlin?
You know, he comes from old money, and so he has a bunch of those laying around.
I'm sure you are now, but before all of this, is comedy something that you like went to for entertainment or?
Yeah, man. Like, I feel like, I don't know, whenever I was growing up, like, you know, people like actively watched, like, you know, HBO had like HBO Presents, and like had all those comedians, or like Def Jam, and like so like I remember watching like those specials and stuff growing up, like, you know, Chappelle's special and all that stuff. And even like whenever I got XM in my like car, whenever I first got a new car whenever I was in college, they had the comedy station, so I was listening to like a lot of the, you know, early Segura stuff that would come through there, the Dave Attell, and yeah, man, it's something different that you can listen to, and it's easy on the ears. You know, you especially being, I don't know, probably just a musician thing, but like you start listening to music, then your brain starts working. And, like,
Yeah.
sometimes it's nice to have a little outlet, and yeah, comedy's definitely it's a good one.
Who are some of your favorite comedians? If I can talk.
Man, I love Mitch Hedberg's stuff back in the
Yeah.
day. Big fan of Dave Lucas right now. My buddy Uncle Laser's doing really well. He's hilarious. Man, just a Brian Callen. I really enjoy his stuff. Will, Casey. Yeah, man, that's Tom Segura. You know, pretty much just like almost like the standards. If you were to ask me what country music I listen to, it's like, oh, Merle Haggard and
That's would you ever drop your name in the bucket?
fuck no. No. Even if I was funny, they'd eat me alive.
Yeah, I don't think I love to watch comedy, but I don't think I could ever put together like even a minute of comedy to get up in front of somebody and do it.
I think I'm funny, but whatever, like, I think my comedy's for me.
Yeah. Hey, if you can't make yourself laugh, then I mean,
Right.
what are you doing, right?
I saw you swinging the golf club earlier too. We talked a little bit about it, but are you much of a golfer?
Man, I played in high school a little bit and like in college, but I haven't touched clubs like that in a while. We played while we were on tour. We got to go play over at this resort we were staying at, which is pretty fun. And we also played whenever we were in Idaho, playing like a little festival on a golf course. So from time to time, I guess this is something that you kind of get back into whenever you're older. But man, I don't got the time for that shit right now.
Yeah.
Who have been some of your favorite acts to open for or be on the road with, or maybe festivals you've played, places you've been?
Man, Cody Canada is a class act. Jason Boland's super nice guy. We went and opened up for our buddies out east. One of our first like big runs going out there was with Susto. And those are great dudes. Love Justin. Love all those guys. Kevin. Paul Cawthon's a fun dude. Yeah, man, everybody's pretty fun, man. Everybody's, and also, like, you got to go into those things. You don't know what kind of days people are having. So if I go out and open up for somebody, I pretty much try and stay out of the way. But, fun guys that are good to hang with and, like, really shoot the shit after the show, Jason and those guys.
Yeah.
Whenever you get on you guys get in the van tonight and you're driving off, what's going to be like one song that you think will pop up on the Spotify or Apple Music playlist?
We've been wearing out that Jerry Reed Double Barrels record, so I wouldn't be surprised if something off that pulled up, like Gator or Miller's Cave.
Yeah. Here's another question. Are you a Spotify or Apple Music guy?
I'm a psychopath, and I use both.
Another both.
Okay.
Well, you're not we ask this question to almost every artist we have on.
Right.
And
well, Apple doesn't have absolutely everything, and if it doesn't, it's not on Apple. It could be on Spotify.
Yeah. I don't know, like 2 or 3 people have said both before, I think.
Yeah.
Apple's good for trying to learn covers or something like that because it has the lyrics posted with everything, so you can play along. And
the real psychopaths are the ones that use like Pandora or Amazon Music. Or
they're called your parents.
We had, you were just talking about Jason Boland. We had him on a few weeks ago, and he was telling us like he checks his Pandora station.
Yeah, you need to, man. We run ads on it, and we promote our shows there too. All these outlets, kind of like social media and other, social media adjacent platforms that are for music, they're all like little faucets that you need to have constantly dripping. You know what I mean? You need to be using those things, and there's a reason why people are on them. So even if it's a small percent, it's still more people, more views, more eyes, potentially more tickets sold. So ain't no reason not to have your hat in the bucket.
Yeah. Do you listen to any kind of podcasts?
Yeah, man, I love the History Hyenas. Big fan of the William Montgomery Show, obviously. Catch Rogan. Been listening. I don't know what happened, but somehow my algorithm like pushed a bunch of like prison podcasts on me. So I'll be riding around listening to like the most wildest shit ever. But yeah, like Blood on the Razor Wire is a pretty good prison podcast if you're into that genre.
Is it kind of like a true crime type?
Almost, but it's like true crime prison, and like this dude, he does great stuff. He's like, tries to get people out of jail that are, not supposed to be in there or overstaying. And, or like laws change and they can get out, but, they don't know how to do the paperwork. So he does a lot of good stuff, and he's got a lot of crazy stories. So it's like, I guess it's like a genre of true crime, but it's prison. Yeah. So.
Do you have like a favorite TV show or something that you're currently binging?
Have you seen, you got to watch all those, dude, like Eastbound, Vice Principals.
Vice Principals is great.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Well, me and him are both right in the middle of Severance season 2 while that's been coming out. It's on Apple TV. Great show.
Have you seen that at all? It's not, it's total opposite from like, the Gemstones. So it's very like in depth and yeah. I just finished Lost. Have you ever seen Lost?
No. it was like on TV whenever I was pretty young, but like it didn't really like interest me.
Yeah.
But I've heard it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think The Sopranos is probably my favorite series of all time.
Yes. Yes.
He's been telling me to watch it. We were just talking about
It's
that before you came in.
incredible.
Yes.
It's so good.
Yes.
And James Gandolfini, man, R.I.P. That dude was a monster.
Mhm.
He was awesome.
Did you know that he would keep a rock in his shoe whenever he had to like act because he wanted to be pissed off the whole time he was playing Tony Soprano.
I heard he's a wild dude.
Yeah.
I've got to start that maybe tonight even.
Yeah.
Because
Dude.
now I've had a couple people
Yes.
tell me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite series of all time, and I'm actually going to go to New Jersey here in a couple weeks, and
Yeah.
I'm really thinking about swinging by a couple of the spots where they did filming.
Go get you a slice.
Yeah, Satrials.
Yeah. man. Some gabagool.
Are you into vinyl at all? Collecting vinyl?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I enjoy it. Some of my favorite ones I have like a Roy Clark guitar instrumental record, 12th Street Bragg, bunch of pedal steel records, Steel King, then like a lot of the standards. Have you ever heard of Countryside of Harmonica Sam?
No, I don't think
No.
so.
Check him out. He's a Scandinavian dude that runs a country outfit, and they're incredible.
I think someone's mentioned that maybe before.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I've done-
I'll check that
Broken
out.
Bottle, Broken Hearts. Check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember who that was, but somebody has. I think I got to check that out. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been slowly building my collection as time has gone on. I've got a pretty decent size now.
Mhm.
A lot of like red dirt stuff, like country, but that's pretty much what I have and as far as the vinyls go.
You got Booty Essentials 2001 right behind you.
Perfect. Exclusively at Grady's Green Room.
That's coming with me, huh?
Right here. $18 right here.
Son.
Featuring,
Dirty South Booty Freaknik. Yo, keep digging, cuz. Show that to the camera. Show that to the camera. Show them the Freaknik.
Dirty South Booty Freaknik. Non-stop continuous ghetto style
They got
DJ party mix.
Trick Daddy.
Dance. Oh, I can't even read the text on it.
Dance Soul Mix.
Oh,
2000.
oh my god, I don't know how you read that. Dance Soul Mix.
That's wild.
That's great.
Sorry for the detour there.
I did not even notice that. I gotta put Booty Essentials on top.
All available right here at Grady 66 Pub.
We've got everything from that to Turnpike Troubadours up there too. That's crazy. I didn't not even see that behind me.
It's incredible.
Do you have any pets?
I do. I recently just had to put my first dog down, Boomer. He developed a rare stomach cancer and passed away pretty quickly. And we recently adopted another Pyrenees. So he's at the house right now. His name's Porter.
Hey, Porter.
Yeah, Lil P's the man.
So I'm assuming you are a older country fan also, like dive pretty deep back. I don't get many, we don't have many people on that can go way back, so I like to bring this up when I can. I'm a huge Hank Snow fan. Do you ever listen to any Hank
I'm
Snow?
familiar.
Okay. It was, I'm not even really sure what years this would have been, but I want to say like maybe 50s, 60s.
Yeah, right around then.
Yeah.
Croon Daddy.
And I heard when we pulled up, somebody was playing Stand Up by Mel McDaniel.
Oh, wow. Yeah, dude, Mel had some hits too, man.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs right there. I never get to talk about that with anybody that we have on. But
We've been messing with a lot of Ronnie Millsap. Like, we covered that Get Up, Get Down.
Yeah.
Funky country.
Yeah.
Good time.
I do like Ronnie Millsap a lot. My grandma was a huge Ronnie Millsap fan.
My cousin Daryl Holden, Barefoot Holden, he records and drums barefoot. But he played on a couple Ronnie Millsap records.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah.
Do you play any unique instruments? Anything that would surprise us?
Man, I'm just trying to be good at what I currently do, so I don't try and...
Don't branch out too much?
Do you have something that you have always been like, that'd be really cool to play?
I want to, eventually I'll probably grab a pedal steel and mess around with that for a while, but I mean, bass is, bass players are going to hate me, but it's the top 4 strings of the guitar, so bass comes pretty easy and it's fun to play. I've sat in and played bass with some people before, but I'm not like, like our guitar player Sam's like a savant. If it's got strings, he can play it.
That's cool.
Every time someone makes that, we hear that about
I
bass
play the
a lot.
bassoon.
We hear that about bass a lot, and a friend of ours, Jeremy Nip from Southall, we were hanging out with him one time, and we were making a comment about like, are you going to practice? You guys are hitting the road soon. And he's like, it's a bass. I don't need to practice.
Yeah, we don't really practice too much either, just because we play a lot. But yeah, definitely, if you've got like a pretty comfortable touring gig and you're playing, 10, 12 shows a month, then...
What's your favorite spot that you guys have gotten to play?
Kane's Ballroom, probably.
I've heard that a lot.
Yeah. As far as venues go, like, one of the funnest festivals I've gone and done was Mile Zero. And we're going to make our debut at Braun Brothers Reunion out in Chalice, Idaho. Tickets are available now. Go to our website, ellisbullard.com, hit tour, and grab you a ticket and meet us in the mountain.
That's the greatest promo I've ever heard in my life.
Spot on right there.
So they pay me the buck.
Do you guys have a go-to spot? Like you leave the show tonight, a little hungry from the show. Do you have a go-to spot to pull in and grab something to eat?
Man, I try not to eat too late, but I saw there was a Brahms and a McDonald's, and we're pretty hungry, so might hit one of
So are
those
they.
on the way out.
There goes
They
the
said
van.
me first.
Van and trailer flying by. Baby Billy don't eat past 8 p.m.
So I assume you've had Taco Bell before.
Yeah.
So what's your go-to Taco Bell order?
I'm a big Gordita Crunch guy. Love the classic chicken quesadilla there. It's pretty good. Especially if you go in there and you can like church it up a lot.
Yeah.
You can get some fine dining.
I heard that they're gonna come out with a it's a Baja Blast pie this year at some point.
That sounds extra funky right there.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
I was
That sounds like some holler goblin stuff.
yeah, like
Got a
I
Mountain Dew
don't
pie.
I don't know how they I don't know what concoctions they're doing behind the scenes at Taco Bell. I probably don't want to know.
Yeah, you don't want to know how the sausage is made, brother. You just want to enjoy it with your gravy.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
What do you have coming up in the next couple months that you want people to know about?
We're hitting the road, man. We're going to be going out to I guess we're going to announce it now, exclusive. We're headed back to Showboat Saloon in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin, which means that we'll be hitting our normal stops along the way. So y'all be sure and just visit our website, hit the tour tab, and come out and check us out. Can't say enough how much we love to see y'all out there on the road. And just come see us on tour.
On social media, what are your handles?
At Ellis Bullard Music on Instagram. I think it's Ellis Bullard TX on X. And Facebook, Ellis Bullard Music.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Nice and simple.
Thank you for coming on.
Certainly, man. That was fun, dude. Thank y'all so much,
Yeah.
man. Y'all are awesome. I love what y'all do, and keep it up.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Anytime you're in the area too, we'll get with you and we'll do another one.
Son, yeah, and you watch the damn Sopranos.
I will.
Yes.
I will. I will do that.
Awesome.
All right.
Perfect.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.